believe.
And let
in
me say
Jesus.
this too, because we've been hypercritical of the Christian faith. Let me also, as someone that grew up in a Muslim household, let me also be honest and let you guys know that, I hate to say it, Islam doesn't prepare you for the modern dating marketplace either. Unfortunately, right? They advocate women be a virgin on her, wedding day, etc. And the reality is that's just not going to happen. Like, you're going to have to go to, a pretty strict Sharia law country to be able to find that.
And she still
even
has
then,
to be
it's
in the
still going to
fourth
be
grade.
tough. Yeah. Oh my God. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. And if you interpret it literally, it could be problematic. So my thing is, right, like, and this applies to Judaism as well, right? Like, let's go with Daily Wire, right? Because they're also super hard on, pushing the trad con marriage, etc. Which again, everyone at this table believes in the nuclear family. But we don't agree with pursuing the nuclear family in a volatile environment that's set up for you to fail unless you go in with your eyes wide open. I'm not telling you to not pursue the nuclear family. I'm telling you to know that it could be nuclear if it fails. So my thing is also this. Religion is not going to give you the safety that it once did before. I always say that religion is kind of like training wheels, right? Those training wheels are gone. You better be able to ride that fucking bike from the beginning, because the training wheels are no longer there to keep women in line, shame, guilt. All this stuff isn't there anymore. Women are incentivized to be whores thanks to the music, thanks to society. OnlyFans now gives them a financial reason to be whores. We got girls now where we know they're going on podcasts saying, yeah, I sucked this guy's dick, and then I got the jizz in my mouth, then I went back to my other guy, blah, blah. Girls are saying this now to get clicks. Right. So they're advertising themselves as whores. So there's never been a time where women are more comfortable to be promiscuous. So what does that mean? It means that religion is no longer a tool set to defend you from the fuckery. And, Ben Shapiro always says, well, I'm a married man and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what, bro? Now everybody's a Harvard graduate that came from a, Orthodox Jewish family that had the Orthodox Jewish woman set up for him with a setup. Like, it's not going to happen for a lot of guys.
You probably won't leave him because he's rich.
Yeah.
If you know anything about his story, if you know how he met his wife, it's like
both virgins and stuff.
He was just, I'm pursuing, like, I'm courting you now. And it's like who the fuck?
Like, no girl's going to, could you imagine going up to a girl, say, I'm going to court you? Like, excuse, most of these bitches don't even know what court means. You mean my ticket? Like, what bitch? Like, no.
Yes.
Like, we're going to go on a date. Like, they don't even know. So it's like the thing is that the new normal has changed. So, like, and I'm critical of all the religions for this. None of the religions of the book, unfortunately, prepare you for the modern woman. I hate to say it, man.
Well, so thinking about it earlier, wisdom, right? So on some level, religion is important because you need structure to handle your daily affairs.
Sure.
However, without wisdom, there's no application to those, standards. So what's happening here is that people pick and choose what is good for them based off of religion. For example, Christians. Oh, you know what? We're all loving. Come and gays. You can be gay here. Show your love, and we'll support you. But what does the Bible say? It says, listen. That's not what God wants.
It says,
but to be all inclusive, they say, we'll bend the rules for you guys. But again, this is where you have to apply wisdom and religion together for it to make sense, which involves dating, getting
and it hurt me to say that. Like, guys, I don't want to have to say something about a religion I grew up following and my family follows strictly, but I got to be honest. Like, Islam does not set you up to deal with Western modern women.
We can all agree. I'm watching Marquette over here. I'm like, I know.
Say something that I noticed.
He's going to say. Good. Please.
Because I'm going to bounce off of yours right now because I know what you're going to say.
There's no such thing as a religious woman. When you're dealing with religion, you're dealing with values and principles that you have to stick to.
Yes.
You've heard the phrase, a man of his word. You've never heard a woman of her word. Oh, my God. Right? Okay. And I know you know the word. While we're speaking of the Bible, they said in the beginning there was the word.
Yeah.
So there are no women of the word. There are no women who believe in religion. The real failing is of the men who actually don't take on the religion seriously and enforce it. The other thing we have to consider is this. It's actually, keeping with that, it was not the religion and the ideas that kept the woman in line. It was the community.
Yeah.
The community which provides for stigmatization, shame.
Consequences.
Exactly. Her feeling bad about her behaviors. Yeah. So unless we have that religious community with men enforcing the ideas and providing consequences.
And other women, too. Instead of enabling in the comments like, you go, girl. No, they should be saying, you fucking slut.
Right. And they're saying that because the man programmed them.
Yes.
The woman finds her religion through the man.
Agreed. Yeah.
You could almost say that a real man is the God to the woman.
Well, look at it linearly. So God, the man and woman. That's how it works.
That's right.
Children and puppy dogs.
Well, when you look at it from a macro standpoint, like you said before, the concept of consequences, those consequences aren't there. And anytime you have like a liberal democratic society and technology advances, you're going to get further and further away from a survival scenario. Right. And as you get further and further away from a survival scenario, then all of a sudden you have the luxury of not having the same beliefs. I'm not saying like, let's bring back the Scarlet Letter or whatever, but what I'm saying
bring it back.
what I am saying though is the result of there being no consequence of Brittany Renner saying I fucked 3 guys today and I have a yeast infection, and she goes viral on TikTok for saying that. For her doing that, we had a girl on here one time. Do you remember? She's like, yeah, I'm seeing this guy's pretty serious. And then later on, by the end of the show, admit she just gave a guy a blowjob right before the show. I was like, it's the guy you're dating. She's like, no, it's a different guy. And I'm like, she's probably 60,000 people are watching us.
And that makes sense in her head, though.
For sure.
That's the part that kills me, is that in her head,
for sure,
that's still okay. There's a redhead that just kind of like, I don't want to go into too many details, but long story short, it's 3 a.m. I'm in my storefront, right? Woman knocks on the door. I open the door. She's claiming she wants to go upstairs, right? So I was like, okay, I'll let you in the building. So I leave out of my storefront. I go let her upstairs, and then she still needs me to scan her into the elevator. So we get in the elevator. She has a drink. She's supposed to go meet her friend. She's texting, and then she says, oh, they're saying like the party's over, so I guess I'm too late. Okay, cool. So then we go back out. You guys know it's been a bit cold, right? So she's supposedly waiting for someone to come pick her up, her boyfriend. So then she says, hey, it's a bit cold. Do you mind if I sit inside with you while I wait for him? I'm not going to tell you guys how that story ended, but what I can tell you is that during the proceedings that occurred, I could see her texting him, "Oh, baby, I love you, and like, I'm sorry we had this fight, and I shouldn't have went out without you." And you know what? I truly believe she meant every word of it.
She did.
Despite everything she did that night, she meant every word.
And all the times you guys have had over 2,000 women on your show.
Yeah.
Have you heard I have never heard a single woman say I cheated on this guy and I regret it. Not one time. Maybe once, and I can't remember. But I never hear a woman say I broke up and I regret it. Because the thing is, regretting would have to come with some consequences. I'm a man of my word. If I don't keep my word, if I keep showing up late, if I do business deals with you guys and I screw you over, not only will you not work with me, other people will not work with me as well. My value as a human, my ability to be useful to other humans comes through my word. If I have big fake boobies, then I don't have to do that. And when I don't show up on time, like, it's just incredible to me, like the leeway. And by the way, I'm not blaming women for this. Can you imagine how any of us would act if we had women offering us sex
total horse
hundreds of times a day? Not only women offering us sex,
right there.
They're offering us money just to show our bodies.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how you'd be intolerable? I'm not even blaming women for this.
You can't blame women
You'd
for
be
it.
intolerable. You wouldn't even know. There's no way evolutionarily for your brain to comprehend that. So when women were getting all this attention, they still have the same evolutionary psychology hardwire that they had 200,000 years ago. It's just not, that firmware is not programmed for this stimulus, for this input. And so when they do it, they just become intolerable, which is